Okay, let's get started. Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into the first episode of Traded Live AMAs presented by Crypto.com Exchange, where we invite trading partners of various backgrounds to share their experiences, opinions, and observations of what's happening in the crypto space right now. The Crypto.com Exchange is a fast, trusted, and secure platform for advanced crypto traders, boasting a powerful order book that features competitive fees, an impressive tech stack, deep liquidity for over 700 spot and derivatives trading pairs, USD and Euro on and off ramp, and rewarding programs like Broker Program and VIP programs. In this episode, we have David Bachelier, Chief Markets Officer and APAC CEO of Flowdesk. Founded in 2020, Flowdesk is a regulated, full-service digital asset trading and technology firm that specializes in market making, OTC, and treasury management services. With offices in France, Singapore, the US, and Canada, they've engineered a trading infrastructure that integrates more than 140 centralized and decentralized exchanges, combining proprietary technology with significant experience from traditional markets and algorithmic trading. Before we start, please remember that the opinions expressed in the AMA are solely from the participants. They're not representative of the opinions of Crypto.com Exchange. Let's get started. Thank you for joining us today, David. I know you have extensive experience as a fintech founder and also a seasoned trader, so we're very excited to have you share with us your experience and perspective. Let's start with something about you. What's your background and past experiences?
Thank you, Connie. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's AMA session. I am David, the head of trading at Flowdesk, a market maker company that was founded in 2020. Before jumping into the crypto space, I spent about 15 years trading in traditional finance markets, mostly at BNP Paribas as an option trader. I then decided to jump into the world of entrepreneurship and to build companies. My first business was called Capital Lab. It's a derivative optimization platform that is now part of a broker company, BGC. My interest for startups and tech investments led me to invest into Flowdesk at the foundation of the company in 2020. And I then joined the team full-time in 2022 after the seed, after a funding round. Since then, I've been focusing on building our presence in Asia, from Singapore, where I'm based for the last 10 years. And I now also oversee the trading, what market makers do in the crypto space, how traditional finance and crypto compare, what are the trends we're seeing in the markets, and my takes on where this fast-moving industry is headed. I am looking forward to answering the questions, so let's dive in.
Thanks, David. So how did you get into the crypto space?
So my personal crypto journey started in 2017 after reading the Bitcoin white papers, the background, I'd say, for a trader. I was really drawn into the whole concept of blockchain technology and the potential to shake up and improve the existing financial market where I was working at the time, and also, as a solution to the fiat currency flawed system sometimes. The idea of Bitcoin as a sort of digital gold, the fact we can't produce more than what is actually numerically planned, is also very appealing for me. And as someone who always been a fan of innovation and disruptive technology, especially in the finance and trading, which is my home turf, it just made sense it made a lot of sense for me to dive in and invest. So that was a good year to start. Bitcoin was trading about 1,500, and if you remember, this was the years of the craze of ICOs, so we had a lot of fun, and it was.
Yeah, absolutely. So along this journey, were there any interesting stories along this journey to where you are today?
Yeah, so I guess everyone's journey is unique. If I look back at mine, I think what stands out is probably all centered around two big decisions that I made in my life and career. The first one was to leave rather comfortable trading role in a large financial institution and start building businesses from scratch. So that was a truly fulfilling moment and rewarding experience that makes me realize this is what I was meant to do, and this is where I was. The second in 2022, I joined as an employee, and I was already a seed investor, which is a bit unusual, I would say. So I guess that makes my journey a bit special to me.
Very interesting. So about Flowdesk, can you tell us about the Flowdesk origin story, where and why it was founded?
Yeah, so Flowdesk is a crypto market maker. It was created in France in the summer of 2020, in the middle of COVID times. We are fully registered by AMF, the French Market Authority, to conduct trading services for digital assets. We provide market making services for tokens and for exchanges, both custodial and non-custodial for exchanges and token issuers. We also started the OTC desk, so over the counter, that is an execution service for clients. That was a bit over a year ago, and this business is growing rapidly with a remarkable entry to market earlier this year when around the launch of the US Bitcoin ETF. And we are covering on that desk a wide range of clients such as hedge funds, financial institutions, and crypto foundations. Similarly, in 2023, we started trading options for both clients and on a proprietary basis, and we have big ambitions in the derivative space for the coming years. We currently have about 115 people in Flowdesk, located in 5 locations: Paris, the headquarters, Singapore, New York, Toronto, and we are opening an office in London as we.
All right. Seems like Flowdesk is growing very fast. So what's the mission of this company, of Flowdesk, and also some of the key business lines?
Yeah, sure. So Flowdesk mission is to build the largest full-service digital asset trading technology firm in the ecosystem. We are currently running 5 business lines. The product of the company is market making for clients, token issuers, and exchanges. This is really aiming at serving the token community and the token issuers with their listing needs, their liquidity needs, the trading needs, the OTC needs, and the treasury needs. The second business line, very related to the first one, is to cover an even wider range of clients when it comes to OTC, so over the counter. This is really like your banker for executing trades in larger size, block trades, and having a number of algorithmic execution to those trades, like TWAP, VWAP, or dedicated and ad hoc algos that we develop for our clients. Top tier service is often overlooked in the crypto space, and we are really striving to get a top quality service like we can find in traditional finance, with a white glove service, institutional experience, and round the clock presence of human in the chat that are replying your needs in a couple of seconds. Another line of business is derivative. So there is a growing need in the market in terms of treasury management, yield generation, market access to crypto options, and structured products. So this is an area where I started, as I said before, about a year ago, and we are expanding quickly into that space. HFT, so high frequency trading, this is a business that is very inherent to market makers, and this is meant to leverage our market data. We have a lot of good quality market data. We have strong technology, and we have a team of quant research that is building high-frequency trading algorithms that are meant to increase volume and market share, liquidity markets while making money. And market making prop, so this is a bit similar to HFT, but not necessarily as fast as HFT. It can be mid-frac to leverage our internal expert access and global reach in order to generate returns for the company.
Amazing. So on the topic of market makers, there are many public perceptions about what a market maker does. Have you heard of any interesting or strange misconceptions about market making? And could you help the audience understand why we need market makers and benefits of having market makers?
Yes, sure. So indeed, there is a famous book that was published a couple of years ago called Flash Boys that perpetuated a myth about market maker and HFT. So the biggest misconception is the fact that market makers and HFT would front run the open order books. That's not possible, right? It is possible for a broker to front run your clients if you know what is their orders, but it's not possible for one exchange participant to somehow see or front run other order and act on it before it hits the exchange. That's a misconception. So everything based around intentional market manipulation is vastly overthought. One of the most reason that it is oversized is the fact that market makers hold very short-term positions because we are aiming at minimizing market risk, but also we are running a market-neutral algorithm to provide liquidity both sides of the order book at all points in time, so we don't accumulate large position and there is no market manipulation. The market manipulation that can occur is churning and spoofing, but this is very much flagged by the community and the exchanges, and as soon as it gets more regulated, it's totally banned. So this is not a big topic. This goes for all kinds of market making, right? Whether it's equities or fixed income or commodities. And when we see crypto landscape getting more mature and getting more regulatory, these factors will be more and more understood. When it comes to a crypto project, very important to draw in shops who can take a directional position and this approach market makers who are really here just to provide liquidity services. The potential conflict of interest between the project and the market maker is also very critical to assess and avoid, notably when it comes to giving token. Giving tokens to a market maker without too much control about the usage of those tokens and the vesting period, etc. So I would say, going to talking about market makers, the importance of the role of a market maker is very, very central to the functioning of financial markets, as they contribute to the health and efficiency. The three big advantage of efficient market makers is to have the liquidity, of course, so buying and selling assets at any time to ensure there is always a counterparty available to trade with. Price efficiency to reduce the bid-ask spread, as all of the users can experience on various exchange and platforms, is always beneficial to the end users and to reduce transaction costs of trading and to minimize erratic movements, and also simple market confidence, because it provides a sense of security to both the retail and institutions. So without market makers, you can assume that the assets would become much more volatile, less liquid, and less efficient. This would be not only challenging, but also very costly for anybody to trade.
Thank you for sharing that information and clarifying. on what the market maker's role is. Now, moving on to liquidity providers. Why do we need liquidity providers, and what are the benefits a liquidity provider can bring to the market?
Yeah, sure. So when you go to a local store and you're buying a can of Coke or Red Bull or whatever, you are buying it from a market maker. So that particular shop has to source the inventory. He had to take a price risk on it and to hold it until he can sell it to you. So the markup he's gonna make when you buy the item from him hopefully pays for all that, and also the extra and maybe more than that, about to pay for the work that he has done, taking all those risks and processing all those operations. So without specialized liquidity providers, users cannot trade, cannot buy what they want when they want at an affordable spread, and this is the biggest benefits. Another advantage of a market maker is that it acts as a shock absorber to volatility. So, the deeper the market, the more liquid the market, means it can absorb more shocks. We are here to help the market price discovery as well, which means forming a consensus about what something is actually worth. So this is very, very important in crypto markets. As you know, we are trading a wide array of fairly illiquid tokens, and price discovery is a very important feature and moment in the market. Without a market maker in the book, an end user could trade a token at a widely unfair price and instantly lose money and be trading the wrong size in the wrong market. So those are the benefits that a market maker can bring.
Thank you. It sounds like a very important role. So what do you see, what is the biggest risks and challenges then for market makers are?
Yeah, good question. So for market maker, the biggest challenge is the nature itself of the business. It's very, very unforgiving. So any mistake is instantly getting punished by the other market participants. Imagine you are too slow to react to a news or to a market move or to some price action in the markets, then somebody else is going to take advantage of you very, very quickly. Similarly, if your mid price is off by a few basis points, so the mid price being the price around which your true mid, so what you think the market is, if that price is wrong by a few basis points, same thing, somebody's going to take advantage of you and you're going to get what we call arbitraged. Another similar effect is when the quantity is not right. So if you want to do a big size and you don't think properly about what is the nature of this particular order book on this particular pair, likewise, you will probably end up lose money. So all of this is very fair. It's a very, very competitive environment, and competition is the only way to ensure a fair price and an efficient and complete market for everybody. But yeah, it's very challenging.
Thanks, David. So back to Flowdesk. How do you think Flowdesk is uniquely positioned in the market, and what is the long-term goal of Flowdesk?
Yeah, thank you, Kearney. So the long-term goal of the company, as I said before, is to build the largest digital asset trading company while improving trust in the crypto market. So I think day one, when the company was started, the reason it was started was to address a lack of transparency, of fairness, and of top quality services to the token issuers community. And for that, we have been uniquely praised for our full transparency and hands-on approach. We provide our clients with full transparency on how their tokens are being traded, where they are being traded, and when. They can monitor live with an up-to-date dashboard online the usage of their token, the P&L, and what happened. Our team is always available to discuss tactical or strategic directions at any time, since we cover all time zones. As I touched on earlier as well, there is limited no conflict of interest, and we are considered very much an extension of our customer, the ecosystem. So clients know this very well, and we believe this is why most of our relationships are actually inbound and word of mouth.
Amazing. Now, you have experience in both TradFi and crypto. What do you think are the similarities and differences?
So, yes, having worked in both spaces, you're right, there are some similarities and some very big differences. On the similarities first, TradFi and crypto trading both requires the same understanding of market dynamics, of risk management, of usage of technology. Whether you trade in stock or crypto, you're dealing with market psychology, liquidity, and the need for quick decision making. However, and perhaps more interestingly, the differences are quite big when it comes to the nature of the business. TradFi is highly regulated, it's very established with a longer history, which means more stability, but also less flexibility. Crypto, on the other hand, is still very much in the early stages, right? It's very, very early days in crypto. It's evolving very rapidly. There is less regulation, and that leads to higher volatility, but also greater opportunities and profits. In TradFi, we are working with data that are, rely on decades of market behavior patterns. In crypto, it's fairly new. The market is much more unpredictable. Strategies that work in TradFi will not necessarily translate directly into crypto, and that requires traders to be adaptable and learning continuously. So another point that I think is interesting for the community listening to us is the fact that crypto is relatively low barriers to entry. So nowadays, a single talented individual with a relatively small budget can establish himself as a very competitive trader in the market. The same guy in TradFi is almost impossible to participate in because data licensing fees, compliance and regulation costs, differentiated access, extremely high collocation costs. It's simply not possible for smaller entrepreneurs to strive and enter the space and compete on a level playing field compared to the big trading firms. So it's quite ironic that the heaps of regulation designed to make the markets more fair have effectively made them much less fair than crypto, which are very unregulated. The downside of this, of course, is that crypto markets are full of scammy projects. This is still a very big, adverse feature of the market, but it's part of the evolution to make it more regulated. This is, by the way, an area where the market makers are helping the tokens. By being very judicious about which project we make market for, we can provide a valuable signal to the market.
Great. So on crypto, what do you see as the trending and dominant narrative in this cycle?
So what we are seeing at the moment is hovering around, I would say, 4 main pillars. The first one is layer 2 scaling. So we have seen a bigger need for scalable infrastructures, to address Ethereum scalability issues and to enable faster and cheaper transactions. So that has been a dominant theme in the market, and whether it's Optimism or Arbitrum or Starknet or ZK Sync more recently, there is a big focus on layer 2, and this is a hot topic in the market, especially as it's accompanied the fast evolution of DeFi activities. Another topic is cross-chain interoperability. So as the ecosystem is growing with more and more new blockchains, new layer 1, new layer 2s, new DeFi project, the need for having the ability to move token from one chain to another at in an efficient manner and not too expensive with high speed is becoming very, very big. This narrative is creating a more connected and interoperable blockchain ecosystem. And that eventually is very important for market makers because that will lead to greater liquidity and hence user experience and more robust DeFi applications. The third big topic, of course, is DeFi. DeFi is very key and central to crypto narrative and crypto evolution, but also trading, because we have seen more and more DEXs starting in 2024, whether it's option DEX or perp DEX. With all of them, there are new features. Some of them are very, very successful, and the current cycle sees a clear focus on building more robust DeFi infrastructure that's improving user experience and increasing the security. So that has been a very big theme. And of course, number 4, we can't not talk about regulation, because institutional adoption and regulation has been a central theme to crypto for the last couple of years, and is very much also a theme this year with the emergence of US ETF, Hong Kong ETF, and other ETFs in the world, and also all the geopolitical stance that is currently happening globally and specifically in the US that will have potentially big impact into the crypto market and ecosystem in 2025.
And so how do you think the crypto space will evolve, and what does the industry need for future growth?
So at Flowdesk, we think the crypto space is very likely to become more and more integrated with traditional financial systems, with clearer regulations, better security measures, and more robust infrastructure. For the industry to grow sustainably, we need several things. First, the regulatory clarity to ensure customer protection in fair markets. So this is very much needed by the market. There has been, in the last couple of years, there has been a lot of uncertainty about the stance of the US in particular. There is big hope now that after this election, the clarity can come from the US, which is always a very good sign for the market, and is very much needed in the crypto industry. Secondly, improved scalability solution is still, as I said before, still very important to handle more transaction without compromising the speed or the cost. And third, of course, security. Security is key to crypto. We still have way too many hacks and frauds, and it's very much linked with the regulation and the global framework, but it continues to be an issue at the moment. So that is definitely a blocker to future growth.
Really good information for the audience today. So final question, where do you see the crypto industry in the short, mid, and long term, say 2, 5, and 10 years from now?
So look, I'm not going to make a prediction, but what we see in the next 2 years, we expect continued volatility. We are hopeful that an increased US leadership and significant technological advancement are going to lead to a decent bull market in 2025. I think this is very much our central scenario. And the booming areas are going to be DeFi and Layer 2 for scalability. But again, all that with a continued volatility environment. In the more medium term, we think the consequence of the previous point is going to be more regulatory framework being established globally, making it easier for institutions and institutional investors to participate into this market. At the moment, we still have a vast majority of the big players that can't participate because of a lack of framework and regulatory clarity. And then, 10 years from now, I envision crypto to be front and central to financial markets as a whole, because there is so much benefits to using crypto when we think about whether it's trading times or observability or sharing the same book of records. All of that has a lot of value, and it takes a long time to adopt, but this is already a game changer. And of course, crypto is also going to be fully integrated in other parts of the daily life, like digital identities or smart contract for DeFi stuff. So going forward, we are very optimistic about crypto.
Awesome. Lots of things to look forward to. Okay, so we've come to the end of today's episode. Thank you, David, for taking the time to share so much valuable information and insights with us today. Before we say goodbye, David, is there a final message you have for those who have tuned in today?
Yeah, look, thank you very much, Connie, and thank you, Crypto.com, for being part of this discussion. The crypto space is evolving very rapidly. It's a very exciting time to be involved. And remember, for the audience, whether you're new to crypto or seasoned trader, it's always a very good place to continue to learn and to stay informed. So we look forward to the future, and maybe we'll have another opportunity to discuss exciting developments in the futures. Thanks again.
Definitely. So thank you, David. And for the audience today, you can follow David Bachelier on LinkedIn. And be sure to follow Crypto.com Exchange to stay informed about all of our upcoming events and announcements. You can follow us on X at cryptocom_EXCH, as well as our official Telegram channels and our YouTube channel, where this AMA will be uploaded after today. You can also sign up to Crypto.com Exchange on crypto.com/exchange. Okay, thank you, everyone. Until next time, thank you for tuning in today. And thank you, David.
Thank you, Connie.